So when I do something like this in an open forum, most of the commonly asked doubts will come through from all of you, and we will kind of sort that out. Given that fact that we are in February now, so 8 9 months left for the preparation. So shoot away whatever doubts you have. Please come on, or you can tell me about your preparation also. How your preparation is going, what are you doing, how you're attending classes, what is your solving percentage when you do cons, DILR, what's happening, what people are facing, anything. With this attendance, I cannot really go into my personal mastery class, so that's why I'm not doing that session. Yeah, Anubhav, Miss Muskan, tell me.
Hello, sir. Myself, Anubhav. I have 8 years. I'm giving a little background about myself first.
हाँ.
I have 8 years of work experience in journalism.
अच्छा.
Prior to that, I was an engineer prior to that. But
Hmm.
after completing my graduation in BE, made a switch to postgraduate diploma in mass communication.
Okay.
And after that, I have worked 8 years in digital media journalism.
Okay.
4 years at the Quint and 4 years at AVP Network, and then a very small stint at Republic Media. After which I decided to quit the field.
हाँ.
And last year, I just for the heck of it, I gave CAT and ZAT after 2 months of prep.
हाँ.
I scored 81 percentile in CAT, and
Hmm.
ZAT was even lesser.
Right.
Uh, ZAT was even lesser. And what I realized, sir, was that uh, whichever is the third section that I am picking in exam,
You are breaking off.
I am blacking out by the section was quant, and I blacked out. I secured 87 percentile in both VA and DILR, but only 35 percentile in quant.
What is the reason for that? The third.
And in that QA was the first section. I secured 85 percentile in QA and 65 percentile in DM and VA. Yeah. So
I
I
think
don't understand why.
I think what is happening to you, you are attributing too much. You're thinking too far ahead when you are solving the third section, or you're bringing your past experience of having solved for 80 minutes into your third section, which you don't need to do, because all you have to do is stay in the moment and do the work you need to do. I mean, next question which comes from, if somebody gives me a question right now, how does it matter whether I've just got up or I've run 10 kilometers and come? It doesn't matter. My mind is here and now. I can execute what I need to execute. Right? So that is the whole idea that
Right, sir?
is my voice breaking off?
No, sir. It's
Thank
pretty
you.
clear.
अच्छा, तुम लोग का बीच में वो कैमरा ब्रेक ऑफ कर रहा है. So I mean, I'll tell you a funny story. The funny story is that when CAT was a 3 hour exam, the people used to tell me that 2 घंटे बाद हम थक जाते हैं. Right? So now it has become a 2 hour exam. Now people are telling me 80 मिनट बाद हम थक जाते हैं. So the funny story is, if it becomes a 30-minute exam, people will say कि 20 मिनट बाद थक जाते हैं. So it's all a mental weakness.
Last stretch का fatigue है.
Just a mental weakness. You are thinking too far ahead in your this thing. You're superimposing the past into this. Just live the moment, and you will pass through. It doesn't matter. It is not a
Right,
real.
sir. Right, sir. And another thing is, and something I think I should have a clarity this early in my preparation. A lot of people told me that since you have 8 years of experience, you should ideally opt for executive MBA and not for the 2 year course.
Mhm.
What is your view on that, sir?
See, admission wise, the executive MBA will consider you more favorably than the regular MBA. But at the same time, you can have a personal preference of doing a regular MBA.
Right.
The MBA is too the problem with an executive MBA is that it's too quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's too quick. It starts and ends within 10 months. So
Right.
you don't get the space to, I mean, when you enter an MBA, you're trying to rebuild yourself, restructure your thinking and all. So space नहीं मिलता है जो 2 year MBA में मिलता है, right?
Right.
But at the same time, when people think of the job loss and the earning loss versus the salary they're foregoing versus the investment they make in MBA, so that is what makes an executive MBA attractive to people who are in a career and want to continue that career.
I don't want to continue the career.
So
See.
when you're looking at a shift, complete shift doesn't matter much.
Okay.
है ना? So I mean, what the admission processes are is one thing. What you would like to do is another thing, right?
Right.
So if you are more comfortable going for a regular MBA with some space to learn and absorb, specifically
Mm-hmm.
because in anyway you've taken a break in your career, so there's no income loss वाला angle नहीं है बहुत ज़्यादा तुम्हारे केस में.
Sir.
So
Right.
in that case, regular MBA can be justified.
Right, sir.
है ना?
ठीक है.
वर्स्ट
ठीक है
केस
सर.
क्या होगा तुम्हारा इंस्टीट्यूट ए के बदले बी मिलेगा,
हम्म.
है ना? कहीं ना कहीं मतलब आजकल ऐसा सिचुएशन हो गया कि कहीं ना मतलब यू गेट अ आई मीन व्हाटएवर परसेंटाइल यू स्कोर यू गेट अ रेंज ऑफ कॉल्स एंड ऑन दैट रेंज ऑफ कॉल्स कहीं ना कहीं यू सेटल इन,
राइट.
राइट?
हाँ,
सो
मतलब इस बार भी IIM शिलोंग के एग्जीक्यूटिव के लिए आया था मेरे पास
हाँ,
इंटरव्यू कॉल.
इंटरव्यू
तो
जाकर
हाँ.
देख, तो इंटरव्यू कॉल आ जाएगा तुमको, है ना?
हम्म.
कॉल आएगा तो देन यू चूज द बेस्ट फिट फॉर व्हाट यू वांट आउट ऑफ
राइट
एन.
सर.
और
राइट
दो
सर.
MBA भी even 2 years MBA is not really a 2 year MBA because it starts in June or July and ends by February. So it's actually
राइट.
only 18 months.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
Hi, Muskan.
so I had a couple of questions to begin with. Like, I remember I spoke to you on call also about my profile, which is that I've done mass media in my bachelor's from St. Xavier's in Bombay. And after that, I worked in an ad agency for about 6 months and then a fashion brand for about 2 years. And I was heading the branding in the fashion brand. But then I left and I haven't worked for about a year or so last year because I was preparing for CAT for like the later part of the year. And now as I'm looking for jobs also, it's a little difficult. Plus, no one wants to hire for shorter periods of time. So
Hmm.
one, I want to ask you, how do you like justify the gap when you're doing
When
the
did you complete your graduation?
2020?
2020. And work experience, how much?
So about 2.5 quarter to 3 years.
4 years. And gap is from when? When did you leave the job?
September 23, I left.
Okay. And are you doing anything apart from preparing?
So not right now. Like I'm looking for jobs, but there aren't any that I have converted.
When you left the job, what was the reason for leaving?
So that time I was thinking of doing like my MBA abroad, then I changed it to CAT. So I was gonna give the GMAT and go. That's why I had left.
Okay. Okay. So typically, ideally, though, you should be in a job scenario, but taking a break for an upskilling objective is also okay.
Hmm.
So what I would advise you to do is either pick up some learning programs.
Okay.
There are two kinds of learning programs. If you go to courses pages like Coursera or Udemy, etc. websites, एक हो जाता है शॉर्ट टर्म की 2 हफ्ते का कोर्स है प्रोग्राम है एक्सेट्रा which teaches you a specific skill, ठीक है,
Hmm.
in a
Hmm.
specific area. अदर हो जाता है थोड़ा कमिटेड वाला कोर्स की 6 मंथ का प्रोग्राम है, 12 मंथ का प्रोग्राम, सम सेमी प्रोफेशनल प्रोग्राम, मतलब नॉट as big as an MBA but something between,
Hmm.
right? So what you need to do is when you decide, and this is for all of you, when you decide to present yourself as somebody who's, even if you are doing a job also, when you go to the interview, you have to bring in some passion into the interview. some passion subject. Okay, this is what I'm passionate about. Right? So us subject ke around, suppose you want to build a passion around anything. It could be anything. It could be history for all I know. Right? So if you build a passion around history, then the courses, the short courses and the long courses that you do can be around history or a blend of history and management maybe. ठीक है? Because you're going for a management, तो management का कुछ courses पढ़ भी सकते हो साथ में, और साथ में हिस्ट्री एज अ पैशन सब्जेक्ट को बिल्ड कर सकते हो कि ओके हिस्ट्री पे मैंने यूरोपियन हिस्ट्री पे ये कोर्सेज किए, इंडियन हिस्ट्री पे ये कोर्स, नॉट जस्ट कोर्सेज बट आल्सो आई डिड रीडिंग अलोंग विद दैट.
Okay.
So if you build a passion, if you build a story around a passion area, that will work very well in the interview.
Okay, so. And so the second thing that I wanted to ask you in terms of preparation right now, which is that one, as I'm solving the concept is fine, but when a tough calculation comes, then I get very rattled. And second is, I find myself making the most mistakes in understanding the question language only. Like even when I gave CAT last year, I was as I was trying to decipher the question, I just took a different meaning from it. And and I started overthinking that, oh, could it mean this also? Could it mean this also? Even with DILR, even with quant.
Quants and DLR.
Quant and yeah, verbal is fine.
I think you need to, you need to go through the process of 3 rounds of preparation.
Okay.
It will sort itself out. Process to clear है?
Yeah, 3 rounds and LOD 1 and 2 in the first two, and then based on that.
Yeah. Based on that, if you have completed a significant percentage of that, then move to LOD 3s. And also the previous year questions, and then also look at in the second, third round, you look at the advanced and boosters classes.
Yes, sir.
So, okay. So, and calculations के लिए मेरा course है scale up course में QA में calculations का.
Okay.
I have taught all the calculations that you can come across. So do that course.
Okay.
I think that's complete end to end, all kinds of calculations that are there. And going forward in further Magic Sundays, if you want, if significant number of you want, I can do short 20-minute calculation booster programs where I'll tell you, okay, you bring the calculations you faced in your questions. And I'll show you how to do it first.
Yeah, like I really like towards the end of the allegations video, you had done the percentage calculator. That was very helpful.
तो वो मेरा पूरा course देख लो.
Okay.
That whole course is there on the scale up program in the school part.
Okay, sir.
So just finish that, and that should equip you. And then in one of these Magic Sundays, you can bring. We'll keep a 20-minute window for whatever calculations you have faced in your questions, which you found difficult.
Okay, sir.
You bring it to the class. I'll show you how to do it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
ठीक है? Okay, good.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Parijat. Hi.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Waiting for some time, huh? Ravi, you have some question? Or
Yes, I have, sir. Morning, sir.
बोलो.
Sir, I just want to just take it forward what Anubhav has asked. So I am also a working professional, and almost I have a total work experience of around 11 years right now. And so I am in the same dilemma that once, let's suppose if we get into a top B school, so what would be the life ahead after that? So how do they prefer, like they during the campus placement, do they prefer comparatively less experienced people, or what they consider the young professionals?
What industry are you in?
I've already done my MBA in HR, sir. So I have 11 years of experience as an HR professional, sir.
MBA
And
HR from
industry,
which college?
sorry, sir.
Which college? MBA HR?
Yeah, I've completed my MBA from MIT University, Noida.
Okay. So, and you've been working for 11 years after that.
Yes, almost 11 years.
Okay, so you finished your MBA in 2013, 12, 13.
2012, sir, 2012.
Okay.
I'm a BTech graduate.
Why do you want to go for an MBA again? What is that?
Sir, the reason is what Anubhav has mentioned. So I'm not very much happy with my current job profile, and I don't find much depth in my current role, sir. And I feel that my career is uh, like stagnant in some way, sir. So that is why I've planned, I've changed my mind, and I've changed my plan to go for an MBA from top B school, sir.
Okay. So you can also consider both you and who was that earlier?
Anubhav.
Anubhav, sir.
Oh, yeah, both of you can also plan to do an FPM. You also plan to apply to the FPM program. That's a very nice program for
So
mid-career.
what is FPM, sir?
The fellow program in management.
Okay. Okay.
Significantly easier to get in,
Okay.
especially with your profiles. They'll take the CAT score, and even if you are 90-95 percentile, and then you typically the career is after that gets into consulting and teaching. So you end up becoming a professor at the IIMs, etc. From once you do an FPM, that kind of role, and from there you can chart your path.
Sir, my master's I don't think will hold for FPM. I have a postgraduate diploma certification. I don't have a postgraduate diploma degree.
I don't think FPM के लिए masters की जरूरत है. वो देख
Okay,
लेना.
I did not know that.
Eligibility देख लेना.
ठीक है sir. Okay, thank you.
एलिजिबिलिटी देख लेना, अगर वर्क एक्सपीरियंस है तो उसको बाईपास भी कर देते हैं वो.
So, sir, you are not recommending us to go for 2-year regular?
So you go for both.
Okay.
Try
So
to
I
both.
can, okay, fine, sir.
You can apply to this also. But I think what the kind of role you can target after an MBA is the lateral. See, there are some companies at B schools which will say कि 25 साल के ऊपर है तो मेरे को सोचो भी मत मेरे बारे में, मैं तो मेरे नहीं सोचने वाला. Right? So they don't even look at 2 years, 1 year, 2 year experience वो लोग को भी नहीं छूते हैं वो लोग. So there are some companies. But the advantage of going to a top B school is that मतलब अगर देखो तो typically a top B school का placement 150-200 कंपनी में खत्म हो जाता है.
Right.
And there are close to 1,000 companies who want to come to the B school.
Okay.
So if you
So
talk
last,
to
yeah,
professors,
last year I was targeting TISS Mumbai HRM and LR program, sir. So I think it is one of the best flagship course for an HR professional, sir. So just do let me know if I can target this college or not, sir.
which one?
TISS Mumbai
TIS is definitely it's a great college.
for HRM.
Yeah, you should target.
Okay.
You should target this.
Because at this point in time, sir, I do not want to switch the field, sir. I want to continue with HR only, sir.
हाँ, तो you also try XLR, right?
Okay, right, sir.
है ना?
Right.
Ask you why a second MBA, etc. Then you talk about the fact that you really want to get into that upskilling yourself and expanding your role, which is not happening with the kind of MBA you did and this. And so
Sure,
this.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Keep in touch. Keep letting me know how all of you keep in touch with me. Yeah, keep letting me know how things are going.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Parijat. Couple of questions before that have come on chat. Shivangi's question, all of you can read. Quite weak at quants. Basically, my foundation isn't that good. Scale-up program has worked wonders for me. The doubt that I'm having right now is whether I should proceed with doing all the LOD1 question of each and every chapter, or should I do LOD1 along with 2? I've seen the and tried doing LOD2, but couldn't even solve one question in that section. So Shivangi, this is strange. You're not able to solve even a single question in LOD2. And what is the solving percentage in LOD1? And the other thing you need to think of is it again, are you really, is it a real problem that you're not able to solve LOD2? You are intimidated by the fact that वहाँ पे LOD2 लिख के आया हुआ है, because some of the LOD2 questions are as simple as the LOD1 questions. It's just that you are intimidated by them. I think maybe that is the case. So I would suggest that even if you're not able to solve many questions, just go through the LOD2, fight with every question for 10 minutes. Fight with around with every question for around 10 minutes. नहीं होता है छोड़ के चले जाओ. I mean, even if you, let's say the question has 5 steps and you do 3 of them correctly, that itself is a win for you then. Okay, so I would still recommend LOD1 and 2 during the first round. And even with a 5%, 10% solving rate in LOD2, it's fine. Right? So, and then maybe some questions which you do part of the question correctly, that much is fine. Otherwise, and then you come back, second round when you come. See, there are two reasons, two things that happen in the second round, which will help you solve more questions, and then will happen the first round. The first thing that happens is that all the multidisciplinary questions, you're solving a question, average is उसमें ratio proportion use किया हुआ है. For people who are weak at quants, ratio proportion तुमने किया नहीं है. You don't remember it from school. So you don't know how to use it. You don't know what to do with the trigger that is there from ratio proportion in an average question. So what happens is as you go through the chapters and then you come back to it later, and LOD2, etc., you'll see more across chapter content. So as you do all the 7-8 chapters of arithmetic, and then you come back to the average chapter for the second time you have, all the concepts of the remaining chapters, so you'll be able to apply it. That's one reason. And second reason is when you, let's say you have a 80% solving rate or 70% solving rate in LOD1, तो 50 क्वेश्चन में से 35 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किए हो तुम, तो उस 35 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने का there is some value to you in terms of belief, in terms of skill development. So that itself, and that when that settles in your mind, all that you learned of those questions, when that settles in your mind, so in the second round, when you come back, that part is already part of you. So you are now somebody who's better than who you were to start with. I'm not taking direct messages, so please don't send me any direct messages, because with direct messages, the problem is that I have to talk about what the question is first before answering it. So I'm not going to do that. So please send me open messages. Varun says, good morning, I'm currently on. Please unmute yourself and speak. It's better.
Hello.
Yeah.
So can you hear me?
Yeah.
So hi sir. So I was the one who typed the message actually. So I'm
Yeah.
currently on number systems lecture number 12. I finished quite a bit of quants. My VARC is pretty weak and my DILR is decent. I mean, it's not weak, it's not too good. Just facing the problem that when I go back to the previous chapters for the round 2, so Shaurya sir had suggested you that I start off with round 2 after I finish number systems till about 20th of Feb.
Yeah.
So the problem is that when I go back to the previous chapters, I'm forgetting all the skills and all I had developed when I was doing that previous chapter.
That is something which happens. So it's nothing.
So I'm getting pretty scared. I mean, because it seems very alien to me.
No, when you learn something only once, it's completely new to you. If you come back to it after 15 days, 1 month, you'll forget it automatically. So
Okay. So it's not that big of a problem, right?
it's not a problem. It's part of the process. The second rounds are to make sure that the learning. See, what would have happened? See, in the first round, I've talked about this in the school videos also, that when you study quants, any concept you study in quants can be in your mind, to your mind, and for individual people it might be different reactions or different experiences. But in your mind, when you study a concept, it could slot in into 3 different kinds of experiences that you're having. One is that it's just
Yes, sir. I've seen this thing. You've said it. I know.
Right. The second is it's a repair of something that you know, but you've forgotten a little bit. And third is it's completely fresh installation for you. You never knew that concept. So typically what will happen is when you come back to the second round, the new installations will not be working very well. Something which you knew जो revise हो गया first round में, वो तुमको याद रहेगा. Something which you knew जो बहुत थोड़ा कट तुम्हारे दिमाग में, in your mind it had broken off and all, and you repaired it when you did the first round, that also you'll remember. but something that you had completely not been aware of and you learned that in the first round, when you come back to the second round, high chances of it not being available to you in the second round. You might have to do it again. So part of the reason of the second round is that that's the first objective in the second round. Ki jo concepts and it happens to everybody. So 5 years later, people preparing CAT 2030 will also have the same experience. So it's not new for me to hear this. So this is one aspect. The second reason for the second round is that when you go to the questions, उसमें भी तुमको दिखेगा कि some questions which you had solved in the first round, second round में नहीं solve हो रहा. You'll experience that also, and that's also natural. So what happens is, let's say this is your circle of ability. So something which is in the core of that circle, that will not be a problem. But something which is at the edge of that circle of ability, वो कभी होगा कभी नहीं होगा तुमसे. So that's one of the reasons why you go back to the second round and you redo the questions which you did in the first time, so that you recover all those things. Right? Otherwise,
Okay,
people
sir.
who go into the pattern with one round of preparation, what happens is July में question किया है, exam में वही question आ गया और नहीं solve हुआ. So the second rounds are going to fortify these questions because they are around your ability, because you could do it in the first round, but second round you bhul gaye because it's not a natural process for you. So the second round will naturalize it for you. And the
Got
third
it,
thing,
sir.
the second round is supposed to do is supposed to increase your solving percentage, which will naturally happen because you come back stronger to the chapter. You've done one round of the chapter. One round has given you growth. So all the questions which are now within your ability circle has improved through the first round. So questions which have, even if 10% of the questions extra are now within your ability, you'll solve them. So these are three objectives of the second round.
Okay, sir. Got it. So I just wanted to ask whether it will, it's a
Yeah.
big problem because
It's
I
not a
thought it
problem.
was a big problem or something.
It's natural to happen. And by the third,
Okay,
fourth
sir.
round, you start realizing that it's actually now working very well in your mind. Just follow the process.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, Arun.
Hello,
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
So my name is Aditi Tanya.
Yeah.
So I have to talk about regarding my preparation.
Yeah.
When it comes to quants, my quants is very poor. I'm still doing with a scale program. I've not started with the questions, and sometimes I get stuck with few chapters. Like till yet, I haven't completed like more than 2 chapters in quants, and my LR and DI is pretty decent. I do not face a lot of issues, but still, when it comes to LOD2, I face trouble. So I was asking, should I directly jump to LOD1 of second chapter, or should I complete one chapter entirely, like LOD1, LOD2, and then chapter 2, LOD1, and LOD2?
50 questions on average, maximum 10 minutes each question. Let's say on average, you'll spend 6 minutes on a question. So I would want a 4 to 5 hour visit to LOD2 also in the first round, ideally.
Okay, sir.
Okay. With whatever solving percent, even the solving percent is very low, 10% only, 15% only, we can work with it.
All right, sir.
Okay. So even see when you try a question, what happens? See, things happen. When you try a question, you try the question gets solved very easily. That's one experience. The second is you try a question, the question is twisted, it twists you around, you wrestle with the question, and then you get through the question. Right now, obviously, that's a good learning experience. The third is you get to a question, the question is very tough for you, you start thinking a little bit, you do a few steps here and there, but ultimately you're not able to solve the question. But you did a few steps which were correct in that question. Is that a learning experience or not?
Yes, sir.
Right? If I'm playing tennis and I lose to somebody, is that not a learning experience? Is it only when I win that I learn? I learn more out of my losses than out of my wins. Right? So that's
Yes,
also.
sir.
So even and some the fourth experience will be that the question came in front of you had absolutely zero idea about what to do. You could not even lift your pencil for it. कि क्या करना है इसमें समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. So that experience means that there's a question which is way beyond your level right now. So you just मतलब 2 मिनट के बाद छोड़ दो उस क्वेश्चन को कि ठीक है ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है बाद में आऊंगा मैं.
All right, so one more question. Like, as I mentioned earlier regarding the scale up program which you have launched, I prefer watching it most of the time because I find it helps me in doing the questions when it comes to the main
हाँ.
CAT questions. Although I'm unable to solve it completely, but still. So I was saying that, like, I have planned like this Feb, I'll try to complete the scale up program or whatever chapters are there, and I
हाँ.
would start from March or the middle of March from the CAT questions and all of it. Will it help me?
CAT questions March is slightly early. CAT questions is July to September. Once you reach a 80 to 90% rate of solving in LOD 1 and 2, maybe also in
Oh,
LOD. After that, the CAT questions come in.
yeah, I mean, I will start LOD 1 and LOD 2 from the middle of March. That's what I was mentioning.
नहीं, why not starting immediately? मतलब जो चैप्टर कर रहे हो उसका तो LOD 1 2 साथ में करो ना. You watch the videos then go into the LOD 1 2.
Okay, sir.
है ना? And it's okay to not solve questions. जिस दिन तुम्हारा पूरा LOD 2 सॉल्व हो जाएगा उस दिन तो तुम रेडी हो गए कैट के लिए.
Yes, sir.
Right? So
Good.
if you're not the 100 percentiler, under what condition? If let's say if your mind is not the 99.900 percentiler's mind, so under what conditions will you be able to solve an exercise of questions completely? The condition is that the questions were very easy. So if you pick up a solid set of questions which are patterned on the level of the cat, which is kind of question you'll face in the cats or easier questions you'll face sometimes in the cat than that, and you are not at the 100, why do you people get so bothered about it? You should not. It does not mean anything. अगर तुम LOD 2 उठाते हो और 50 क्वेश्चन से 5 ही क्वेश्चन हुआ तुमसे, it does not mean anything about whether you'll crack the cat this year or not. Just like 50 में से 50 सॉल्व कर लिए तो it also does not mean anything that you'll crack the cat or not.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है?
Hi, so Harshita here. I had a question.
क्या हर्षिता?
So basically, I'll just give a introduction about myself. So I'm a BCom graduate. I graduated in the year 2023. Then I worked with ICICI as a financial like investment specialist. I got the placement through college, and now I have experience of like 1.5 year. So I started preparing for my CAT last year itself in 2024. I think in May something, and like I was having MBA Pathshala's batch that time, long back. So they used to teach mostly through shortcuts, okay? And then when I left my job like in September itself because it was very difficult for me to manage both, like studies and job. So I left my job completely for my studies, and then I gave my NMAT exam and I scored around 220. But in CAT, I scored like 35 percentile because the shortcuts were not applying at all in the question. It was like the questions were very limited where the shortcuts used to apply. So in CAT, like none of them worked at all. Then
Yeah.
I gave my SNAP exam also and I scored like the highest was 25. So then like I couldn't even solve like LOD 1 of like anything. So my friend recommended to join Mindworks. Like she scored 92 last year. So it helped me a lot. Like I'm able to solve LOD 1 right now, and LOD 2 of averages and ratio proportion is done completely. Like the solving rate was like 50 to 60% in LOD 2. But when
Okay.
it comes to allegations and like percentages and the SICI, so it is very difficult for me to solve LOD2 as well. Like I can solve like hardly 10 to 12 questions, not beyond that. So how, and I really get demotivated a lot if I
12
don't
out of
solve.
50. 12 out of 50.
Yeah,
Then
like I'm solving it from the 10th edition book. So the questions are like 100 questions or 70 questions in each of them. So LOD 1 is very easy. The solving rate would be around 90%. And in LOD 2, it is like 30-40% only. And once I don't do anything, so I get like really frustrated and, I'm unable to solve the further questions as well. So I just keep on wasting a lot of time thinking. Like, I spend a lot of time basically on one question. I I don't move on to another one. That is the problem.
let's not solve the question to maximum. The frustration is coming out of the fact that you sit down with an objective कि मेरे को आज 30 क्वेश्चन खत्म करने हैं 2 घंटे में बैठ रही हूँ. And then when you end up at the end of 2 hours, you come out and you see that you've only gone through 5 questions. इसमें से 3 ही solve हुए. That's
Yeah,
where the
correct.
frustration comes from. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why one of the principles is if something is beating you in 10 minutes, you're not able to get through unless you're doing something new कि ये करके देख लेते हैं. Otherwise, under no condition should you extend your trial on a question in round one for more than 10 minutes. And the 30-40% solving rate on LD2 in round one is a pretty decent solving rate for somebody who's weak at maths.
Yeah, and so like when it comes to algebra also, so I'm very bad at it. Like I can't frame equations like really well. Like hardly I can just click on something and later on it's like all blank. When it comes to algebra specifically, my geometry is decent
Your
because
trigger reactions are not in place. So
mhm.
what I suggest is that you understand the triggers and reactions. Algebra में ये लिखा है तो इसका क्या मतलब होता है, इससे क्या किया जाता है. It's all standard. So you have to build on the triggers and reactions. Why shortcuts don't work is because if I give you a shortcut for a question that has trigger 1, 2, and 3, let's say in that order, and the exam asks you a question in the form trigger 3, 2, and 1, you will not be able to use that shortcut, even though the question is same. That's why we don't believe in that. वो process work ही नहीं करता है. मतलब it might be an attractive process to uh, to attract gullible students who don't know what the process about preparation is all about. But if you really get to the brass tacks of कि CAT के अंदर क्या चाहिए, वो उसमें मिलता ही नहीं. So that's why if you see my shortcuts are all about कि okay, understand this structure. जैसे PCG है. PCG applies in across 5 chapters. It's a shortcut that applies to 5 chapters, that applies in DI. It applies across.
Correct.
Right? So otherwise क्या है, 500 क्वेश्चन उठा लो, 500 फॉर्मूला बना के दे दो कि ये इस क्वेश्चन को वैसे करो, उस क्वेश्चन को वैसे करो. It doesn't work that way.
And also one more issue I was facing, like while I was solving LOD 1, so half of them, I think more than 40 to 50% I've been solving through the options and not the actual full form, the
Fine. So
traditional method.
second round में try a different approach also. Then you come back to the second round. First round is fine.
Averages I have done the second round, and like right now I'm still stuck on the arithmetic. So till now I've just completed average, allegation, mixtures, ratio, proportion, percentages, and simple interest and compound interest of like all the your lectures and Pratik sir's lectures only. And I don't attend like live lectures. Till now I haven't attended.
मतलब if I was in your place, I would not be attending live lectures also. मतलब it's I would want that content. If I want that content, I'll watch it at 1.25 or 1.5x later. So that is how I would use the course. But of course, देखो the simple philosophy. अगर तुम किसी live lecture में जा रहे हो, but Magic Sundays के लिए आओ. Because Magic Sundays we will do all kinds of stuff which will be important for you because इसमें participation important है. तो ये सब बाद में देख के मतलब ऐसे तो तुमको मिल जाएगा और वो भी हो जाएगा कि देख लेंगे हम लोग बाद में. But you will not get this. So मेरा personal mastery है वो personal. If you attend it and spend that time, it will give you that outcome. या विनय सर जो रीडिंग करा रहे हैं या फिर he is giving you those economics lectures, you that interest only spikes if you invest some time. So that's why we kept it on Sundays. So two things I'm going to be starting. I think I'm a little bit busy with my book revisions now in this month, but इस मंथ एंड के बाद मतलब ऐसे तो मेरा मार्च अप्रैल तक चलने वाला है ऑल द बुक रिविजन्स जो हो रहे हैं. But I'll be starting early next month. So I'll be starting something which we're going to call as doubt day. So what I'll do is, if it might be the team doing it, अगर कोई नहीं करेगा तो मैं ही 5-4 घंटे बैठ जाऊंगा कि जिनको इस चैप्टर, ये 2-3 चैप्टर है, उसमें से जो जो डाउट्स है वो पूछ लो मेरे से। लेकिन मैं डाउट्स उस तरह से नहीं बताऊंगा इस क्वेश्चन का सॉल्यूशन ये है। I'll investigate कि what trigger you're not using, and then I'll tell you कि okay, this is how what you do from today when you face this situation, this is what you do. So I'm going to start, जैसे मैजिक संडे स्टार्ट हुआ है वैसे डाउट डे भी स्टार्ट होगा from my side. So I mean you have the doubt clearing systems and all, but I'll be starting something called a doubt day, where I mean I'm pretty interested in understanding this. Shivangi लिख रही है कि LOD 2 में एक भी नहीं सॉल्व हो रहा है, तो I want to see how she's thinking, what is going wrong in her thought. So वो सब इन्वेस्टिगेट करेंगे हम लोग डाउट डे में।
And so one more thing was there, like I have been keeping like weekly targets. So one chapter of quants, one chapter of DILR, and one of verbal. So when it comes to quants, like I give like 5 to 6 hours in a day to quants itself, and 1 hour for DILR. So the issue that I'm facing is that in a week, like let's say I've taken a target of SICI. So I complete LOD1 and everything, but when it comes to LOD2, so by the end of the week, it's not completed. So should I just carry on with that in the next week as well, or should I just start off with another chapter?
Targets, when you keep targets for anything, they might be fulfilled or they might not be fulfilled, right? So if it's not 7 days, you do it in 8 days. It's fine.
And then because
Suppose
of that, there is so much of backlog on my head that I haven't been solving LOD2.
suppose I want to drive from Delhi to Lucknow and I target I want to go at 100 kilometers per hour. So I should reach in 5 hours. So at the 400 kilometer mark, I realized that I'm only traveling at 90 kilometers per hour. So will I not reach?
Correct.
है ना? So 7 days पे अगर 20 chapters 140 days में खत्म हो रहा है तो 8 days पे 160 days में खत्म होगा। Then chapters मिलेंगे जैसे coordinate geometry है, वो 3 दिन में खत्म हो जाएगा, उसमें कुछ है ही नहीं करने वाला का,
And
right?
some number systems का I wanted to ask you, like in CAT जैसे previous year के papers है, so उसमें number system related मुझे इतने questions देखे नहीं, so is it okay if I omit that entire chapter because it is very lengthy and I can focus on other chapters?
Then number systems is the base to so many other things, so you'll have to do it. आजकल I mean this year 2024 में तो 3-4 क्वेश्चन तो आए थे नंबर सिस्टम पे each उसमें, so you will have to do it. And algebra also depends a lot on some concepts of number systems, and algebra are common to each other, so you
So
can't
like,
omit.
mm-hmm.
We at least said in February don't talk about omitting things. You've got a lot of time to do everything.
Or any specific concept in number, like the divisibility, remainder, and all. So, any specific concepts that we need to focus on, everything we have to cover.
System will, I mean अभी तुम्हारा जो 5 chapters हुआ है कितने दिन में हुआ है?
मैंने जान से स्टार्ट किया था.
So around 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks हुआ है ना तुम्हारा?
Yeah. Hmm.
6 weeks में अगर 5 chapters हुआ था, that's fair. नंबर सिस्टम में जब आओगे तो नंबर सिस्टम will take you 2 to 3 weeks. है ना? But it's a big move because एक बार नंबर सिस्टम खत्म हो गया उसका तो डाउनहिल है.
Because number system के lecture hour like is around 35 hours something, I assume, of
मेरे वाले?
number system.
नहीं.
No, not yours. Like I watch both the faculties. Like I watch your lectures first and then Pratik sir's lecture. The recorded one which was done back then in October, November something.
Okay. मेरे तो कर लो, मेरा कर लो, उसमें कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. I don't think you need to do a second faculty.
Okay, sir. And one last question, like I have taken a job break now, like just for studies because I can't manage two things together, and I'm like 22 right now. I'll be turning 22 in March next month. So is it okay for me to take 1 year break for studies? Like, is it acceptable or should I?
Do something along with that, as I mentioned in the class.
Sorry?
Build a passion, or build some subject which you want to study during that time.
Okay.
Do a lot of reading during that time. Do something. Break is okay. Break is not a problem. But what you did during the break, what you learned out of the break, that is going to be a question anybody's going to ask you.
So like I'm into stocks also, like I do trading as well. So is it okay? Like,
Trading per se is not something where you learn too much. Not taken very, matlab, I will not be very serious about trading, a person who comes in as a trader.
Okay.
Not be very impressed with the person.
Okay. Great.
Somebody comes and says that I've got a deep interest in Indian history. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
listen to that person.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Good
Pranjal.
sir.
morning, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
Hello.
सर सर एक्चुअली मुझे LRDI को लेके कुछ डाउट्स थे। सर मैंने एक्चुअली श्योर सर से कांटेक्ट किया था, तो उन्होंने बोला था कि पहले तुम DI को रहने दो, LR को कंटिन्यू करो। तो एक्चुअली सर मैंने जब LR उठाया तो उसमें जब मैं अभी करंटली अरेंजमेंट्स पे हूँ, तो एक्चुअली सर मुझे LOD 1 के जो क्वेश्चन थे वो मतलब काफ़ी सिंपल लगे और मैंने वो काफ़ी हद तक सॉल्व कर लिए। बट सर जब LOD 2 में सर जब मैं आया तो मतलब उसमें सर काफ़ी क्वेश्चंस ऐसे हैं जो सर मतलब मुझसे बन नहीं रहे हैं, वो सर कौन
तुमको एक आंसर दूं?
जी सर।
मैं टेनिस खेलता हूँ, तो मेरे टेनिस कोच ने बोला कि थोड़ा अब जिम में जाइए, यू नीड टू बल्क अप, यू नीड टू ऐड स्ट्रेंथ एंड यू नीड टू अपग्रेड योर मसल्स. So when I went to the gym, I started lifting 5 kilo weights. और ये बेंच वो कर रहा था जो शोल्डर्स के लिए, और मेरे बगल में एक 30 किलो वाला उठा रहा था. तो उसको देख के तो मेरे को भाग जाना चाहिए वहां से. 30 किलो तो मेरे से एक हाथ से दोनों हाथ से उठा के नहीं उठ रहा था. तो तुम्हारे एटीट्यूड से मैं रहूंगा तो मेरे को भाग जाना चाहिए उठ के.
ये सर।
समझ गए? आंसर वही है.
ये सर। तो
आर्किट
सर मैं एक क्वेश्चन और था तो सर
लाइफ में लाइफ जिंदगी में सब चीज आसानी से नहीं मिलती है, और जो आसानी से मिलती है उसमें कोई ग्रेट चीज नहीं होती है. ठीक है,
सर एक क्वेश्चन, एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन और था सर। सर एक्चुअली मैं ये पूछ रहा था कि इस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे लाइव लेक्चर ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है या फिर सर सेल्फ स्टडी?
देखो, लाइव लेक्चर्स आर सपोर्ट टू योर सेल्फ स्टडी. Even a coaching is just a support to your, I mean, ultimately self-study is the core,
यस सर।
right? You have to realize that. The coaching structure, the objective or the purpose that a coaching fulfills is gives you a direction कि मेरे को क्या करना चाहिए अपने self-study में. So if you have a 30-hour timeline in a week, your breakup should be maximum 8 to 10 hours of video plus lectures and 20 to 22 hours of self-work.
सर एक्चुअली अभी कॉलेज का लास्ट ईयर है तो एक्चुअली उतना टाइम मिल नहीं पाता है सर, तो इसीलिए मैं पूछ रहा था।
कितना देर? 20 घंटा है तो 5 घंटा क्लास देखो, 15 घंटा खुद काम करो.
ओके सर।
जो भी है तुम्हारा 1:2 1:3 रेशियो रहना चाहिए
Good
between
morning.
the amount
ओके
of
ओके,
work you
थैंक यू
do,
सर।
between the amount of lectures you do versus the amount of work you do.
Good
morning.
morning, sir. Two questions only.
Parijat, हाँ.
Yes. Yes, sir. Exactly. I gave CAT this year, but my BARC performance is quite pathetic. And DILR, I got around 19, and overall 75 percentile. I ended in DILR with -10. I don't know why. It is too much
You
pathetic.
made a lot of mistakes in the paper, that's why. That is
Yes,
only.
Yes, exactly. What is the problem with my VRC? Exactly, I am from the state board, and DILR and quant is not too much problematic for me. I think up to LOD 1, LOD 2 may be a little bit problematic. But in VRC, it is quite a bit difficult for me to summarize the passage after the 8 to 10 lines. When I move forward 5 to 6 lines, and then it is when I am going back, it is little bit difficult for me to summarize the passage and
Focus on paragraph comprehension.
Okay.
Understanding a paragraph and getting the paragraph completely. Focus on that. That is the critical activity.
Okay. During the class time when Vinay sir and Meenakshi ma'am goes through the RCs, exactly mainly the RCs, then it is okay for me. But in the time bound range within the 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and 5 minutes, it is quite bit difficult for me to summarize the passages.
पहले तुमको चलना सीखना होगा, फिर दौड़ना सीखोगे. तो
Okay.
पहले you become in VRC the process that you become a 100% correct solver in 25 minutes. अगर तुम्हारा
Okay.
25 मिनट्स में accuracy rate 60% है तो 10 मिनट्स में accuracy rate 20% से ऊपर कैसे होगा?
Okay.
You always learn to walk without falling before you learn to run.
Okay, okay. And my second question is that, sir, I left the job. Exactly, I had two years experience in airports, and I left the job around August in the last 2024, and I got offer recently from different companies, airlines companies, and I don't prefer to join in that sector because it is too much problematic during the night shift to study and during the hectic pressure to manage the studies and all that. And exactly, I am planning to join 1 year postgraduate diploma in supply chain and logistics management in the oldest management college IIS WBM in Calcutta.
You
So
can do
it is
that. It's a good college.
okay. Okay, is it the right decision along
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that?
Don't just join the course, get into the मतलब तुम्हारा अगर if you can use that course to get to the point in an interview, interview अगर तुमको आता है तो there will be people in the interview room who will know that subject. So if you come in saying that I have been doing the supply chain management course, and let's say I'm your interviewer, and in 15 minutes of my interview, you can prove to me that you know more than my first year student, than my second year student on that subject, I'll take you. So go
Okay.
after the knowledge and your knowledge about supply chain. You go after whatever. This is proof. This is important for all of you. When you choose a passion subject, कि okay मैं ये पढ़ने वाला हूँ, right? So your logic should be I'm going to read this with this intensity that if it's going to be a management subject, then I'm going to read with this intensity, study with this. जैसे जो stock market trading का बोल रही थी तो हर्षिता I think. The stock market trading को अगर तुम finance में convert कर दो तो that is going to be very impressive. And 15-minute interview, if you can prove to me that you know more than suppose I am an IMA professor and I'm taking your interview, and you prove to me in 15 minutes that you know more finance than my second year student, तो मेरे को क्या option रहेगा तुमको reject करने का? I don't have the option. So then if I'm rejecting you, then I'm rejecting my whole batch. So
Okay.
that is a game changer. That's the kind of game changer that you need to bring in.
Okay, along with that, exactly, sir, I learned the German language level 1, A1 level, and I am moving forward to.
लैंग्वेज लर्निंग को बहुत ज्यादा एडवांटेज नहीं देते हैं लोग.
Okay, 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 sir.
Not
Exactly, I'm not going to join the job this year, although I'm getting the offers from different organizations.
go
So,
into the ISWBM course, that's fine. But get
okay,
into that course, that subject.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah, you've been waiting for something.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, hi.
So my name is Rohan.
Yeah.
Sir, so I'll share my little bit of background. So, sir, I've already done my BTech. I completed it last year from Narsi Monji, Indore campus.
Okay.
And then last year in September, I decided to go for an MBA again, like from a reputed college. So I was a bit skeptical about it. At that time, I joined the Mindworks because I wanted to, and right now also I'm doing my best. But is it the right decision?
Why not? It is the right, definitely right, because what it does, it gives you career options which will not open otherwise for you.
And currently, I'm working also. Like I got placement from the college as in ICICI Bank. So I'm working, and I plan to work till May because then I'll have 1 year of experience, and then I'll shift to a work from home job because it takes a lot of time.
Fine, that's okay. That's good.
Uh,
Are you able
and
to do your work with your studies?
right now, yes, I'm working with my studying with my work.
Okay. ठीक है तो manage कर पा रहे हो तो all good.
Is the because like my job is in my hometown only, so it's not a lot of travel or work. So I'm able to handle it right now.
हाँ ठीक है. It's fine. Plan is fine.
And so one more doubt I had, like I have done almost 40 to 50% of LOD2 questions and around 20-30% of LOD3 questions, like the lowest. But still, I'm not able to able to score good in the cat mock. Like I was able to perform nice in that, not the main, like the one which has 11 questions of each section.
Mini cat.
Yes, the mini cat, but not in the main sim cat.
Okay, so I think you'll build up. You will have to improve yourself as you grow more confident of your solving abilities. The speed will increase. Second round, third rounds, वो process में improve कर जाएगा.
Okay, sir. And so one more doubt I had in games and tournament, like you have given the lectures of all the question types, but the questions which there's one particular type of questions in which there's a boxing championship sort of questions. I can't find the
Games and tournaments is not a chapter.
it,
This is also writing about games and tournaments on the chat. Games and tournaments, stop treating it as a chapter.
yes, sir.
It's just a situation which is based on certain rules. You have to understand the structure and the rules, and you have to apply that in the given context and apply logic to it.
Okay, sir.
Don't treat it like chapter, like percentage or average.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Only these doubts I had. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Jia, tell me.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Jia, and I'm currently in my second year of college. And I'm actually working on improving my quantitative aptitude. So I'm currently solving 50 to 70%, and it takes me like 3 minutes to solve an easy question and a tough question like 10 minutes as per. And I'm also focusing on verbal ability, like learning 10 to 15 words daily and doing like 1 to 2 readings. But after all this, I'm like left with very little time to do LR and DI, and especially DI because it makes me, feel very nervous and agitated while doing it.
So just give 3 hours a week or whatever you if a week is becoming too much for you to do handle everything, you define a 9 day period for yourself. In 9 days, I'll make sure that my balance is there on all areas.
Okay. And so like how much DI should one practice every day? So like, yeah.
Not every day, 10 to 15 sets of DI every week.
Okay.
And 10 to 15 sets of LR every week.
Okay.
That's all. It'll take you 3 hours max. And that is 10 to 15 sets. Try it. It's not necessary that you've solved everything.
Yeah.
At the end of the week, your scorecard could be that I tried 15 sets. I was able to solve 9 and 6 I could not do. So I'm going to come back to that in the second round.
Okay. And so I'm just going to finish arithmetic in QA in around, I think, 5-7 days more. And from next month, I'm planning to do round 2 of arithmetic and starting with number systems.
Perfectly fine. How much time did you take to complete this?
Sir, I started from December last because I had my university exams as well. Then January startings I had been regular.
It's a pretty good pace.
Yeah.
45-50 days में तुमने इतना कर लिया, तो that's pretty good pace.
Yeah, but like some question of LOD1 are still left, like 10 or something.
Second round में हो गई ना.
Yeah.
First
So
round completion means a sample completion of first round is okay, I did all the core videos and this of the scale program. And then I tried the LOD1, I was able to solve 70% questions. I tried the LOD2, I was able to solve 40% questions. Completion of phase 1. It's okay.
Okay, so I'll keep you in touch when I'll
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I'll have more of these sessions because I think this is helpful for most of you, I guess.
Yes.
So we'll have a session, and I'll also be starting the doubt day sessions in which we'll focus on a couple of chapters. And I at least at this stage, I want to restrict myself from telling you कि इसको ऐसे solve. For me, it's very easy. Some of you are writing in the interact tab yesterday कि LOD2 के video solutions दे दीजिए. तो हमारे लिए तो ये पार्ट तो 10 साल पहले से हम सोच सकते थे कि LOD2 के वीडियो सॉल्यूशन बना के डाल देते हैं. राइट सो एक ही बार काम करना है हम लोग को. वंस आई डू इट वन टाइम इट्स ओवर. और अगर लगता कि उससे हो जाता है, सबका कैट हो जाएगा तो कर देते हैं. बट इट डज नॉट वर्क दैट वे. Because the moment I give you the solution of LOD2 in a video format, it becomes assisted problem solving for you. Then you have to find a question bank which will build your confidence कि मैं कर सकता हूँ. So your preparation becomes length of your preparation becomes double, more than double. So we'll do doubt sessions, but उसमें भी I'll restrict myself from saying कि okay ऐसे कर दो वैसे कर दो, but I'll try to see what mistake you're doing, and let's see, we'll do one session and then we'll see how to format it. ठीक है, yeah, Ronak?
Hello, sir. I wanted to discuss about my preparation. Like I'm able to solve LOD1 questions like around 90% accuracy. And when I come to LOD2, like after every 4 to 5 questions, there are two more questions that I'm not able to do. So like I try a lot from my side, then I look at the solution, and sometimes I'm not convinced with the solution as well. So, sir, this is like because of this, I'm taking a lot of time to complete a chapter, and I am a working professional, so I have limited time for preparation. And because of this, I'm also not able to do the daily readings. So, what can I do?
I mean, could you repeat the problem? What is the problem?
Like it takes a lot of time to complete a particular chapter. So first is the syllabus thing. It takes around 2 to 3 weeks to complete one particular chapter of quant and LR as well. So and also,
What do you do?
sir, as profession.
No. For completion of chapter, what are the things you do?
Sir, first I watch your videos. Like I attend classes as well. Then I watch the concept videos. Then I start solving LOD1, and then I do LOD2.
So maybe you can drop the classes for some time for a couple of chapters and see whether it works that way, and just do it from the core scale program.
Okay, sir, but like the issue is that I'm stuck on a particular question in LOD2. I think that that can be done.
Then
It's
not
not that
working,
hard.
you have to wait, allow it, take it to the second round.
Okay, like when I do LOD3, right?
सेकेंड राउंड में करना, फिर जो क्वेश्चन 10 मिनट नहीं हो रहा है उसको छोड़ दो.
Okay, sir.
Give it all you've got in 10 for 10 minutes, and if it's you hit a block, then leave it. She said I'll come back to it.
Okay, sir. And how much time should I give to a particular chapter, like in order to complete the syllabus by June or July?
Between 7 to 10 days max. 7 days should be ideal, but if because of your working etc it's not happening in 7 days, then put it to 10 days. Take it 10 days.
Okay, sir.
बीच
Got
में
it.
कहीं मौका मिलेगा ज्यादा करने का, तो उस टाइम 5 दिन में 1-2 चैप्टर निकाल देना, तो काम हो जाएगा तुम्हारा, बैलेंस हो जाएगा रेट.
Okay, sir.
Suppose you do first 5 chapters 10 days per chapter, and then 6th and 7th chapter you do 5 days per chapter. 2
Okay.
चैप्टर एक्स्ट्रा काम कर लिया, थोड़ा कम सोए उस वीक, थोड़ा इंटेंसिटी के साथ काम कर लिया, तो तुम 60 days पे 7 chapters पे आ गए, तो तुम्हारे 8 days पे एवरेज आ रहे हैं. काम तो खत्म हो गया ना.
हाँ, sir. Okay.
That's how you get work done. You're a working professional. काम कैसे होता है पता है तुमको? तो जो अपने काम में अप्लाई करते हो यहाँ भी अप्लाई कर दो.
Okay, sir. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. चलो. All questions done?
Sir, one small thing more. आपने बोला कि साइड बाय साइड कुछ मतलब ऐसा भी करते रहे जिसको आप अपने इंटरव्यूज में पीआईज में जिसको शो कर सको कि हमने ये किया पिछले 1 साल. तो सर मेरा एमबीए का एज ऑफ नाउ मतलब जो मेरा एक थोड़ा सा रुझान है वो थोड़ा इंक्लिनेशन टुवर्ड्स एमबीए इन डेटा एनालिटिक्स है. सो शुड आई बी डूइंग कोर्सेज ऑन Power BI, Python, R, all these kind of things?
And this area में start doing courses. More than courses, start learning.
Right.
They're not going to look at certificates. They're going to look at your knowledge.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, my name is Nirmal. और सर मेरा जैसे मैंने अभी आपका कोर्स ज्वाइन किया था मतलब 12 डेट को किया था मैंने, तो उसके बाद से सर जैसे मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि तो जो स्केल कोर्स है उसमें आपकी जो कोर वीडियोस है वहां से देख के मुझे वो कोर वीडियोस मैंने आपके अभी 1-2 देखी है, उससे पहले ओरिएंटेशन वीडियोस देखी थी एंड पूरा उसका जो आपका प्लेटफॉर्म है उसका इंटरफेस को समझा कि कहाँ से क्या करना है वो चीजें समझ आ गई हैं. एंड आपकी इंट्रोडक्टरी और ओरिएंटेशन देख के टाइमलाइन तो बना ली है क्वांट की, एलआरडीआई की और वीआरसी की कितना करना है, बट क्वेश्चन ये है कि जैसे जो स्केल प्रोग्राम है, मुझे पर्सनली लगता है कि मेरा जो क्वांट है वो वीक है, तो जो आपका उसमें स्केल प्रोग्राम में जो बेसिक्स है मैं उससे शुरू करूँ, या फिर जो आपकी कोर वीडियोस हैं उनसे ही शुरू करके देन लाइव लेक्चर्स भी जैसे।
स्कूल वाला तो करना पड़ेगा तुमको, अगर कॉन्स वीक है तो स्कूल वाला कर लो।
ओके सर, जैसे मैंने आपका कल स्कूल वाले में देखा था, जैसे फर्स्ट वीडियो है एवरेजेस से पहले की, जो आपने 4 स्टेप्स बताए हैं कि एक होता है कि बच्चे को क्वेश्चन की लैंग्वेज ही समझ नहीं आती है, दूसरा होता है कि जैसे
क्या उसके बारे में क्वेश्चन क्या था?
यस सर, तो पहले मतलब आपकी वो उसमें अराउंड सर 8 वीडियोस हैं शायद, वही है मतलब पूरा जो स्कूल लेवल कोर्स है 8 वीडियोस हैं उसमें।
इस पार्ट है स्कूल का ना, स्कूल का पार्ट तो
क्या
देख
सर?
लो। स्केल प्रोग्राम में स्कूल पार्ट एक है पूरा,
ओके
वो पूरा करना पड़ेगा तुमको। उसमें
सर,
एक्सरसाइज
पहले वो पूरा करने के बाद देन कोर वीडियोस से शुरू करना है।
साथ में कोर वीडियो स्टार्ट कर दो, लेकिन उसको साथ साथ कर दो, पहले 2-3 चैप्टर के साथ उसको भी कर लेना।
ओके सर, मतलब जिस पार्ट का स्कूल वीडियो देखा उसी पार्ट का कोर वीडियो देख के LOD1 और LOD2 लगाऊं।
कोर वीडियो स्कूल पार्ट से कनेक्टेड नहीं है, स्कूल पार्ट अलग है। तुम
तो
एवरेज
सर दोनों को
स्टार्ट कर
पैरेलल
दो,
में करना है।
एवरेज स्टार्ट कर दो, पैरेलली वो स्कूल करते जाओ। उसमें स्कूल में जिस तरह से स्ट्रक्चर्ड है वो पूरा करते जाओ।
ओके सर।
ठीक है, पहला
ओके सर।
चैप्टर जो करोगे उसमें थोड़ा टाइम बढ़ा दो, 7 दिन के बदले 10 दिन पर चैप्टर कर लो, लेकिन वो स्कूल साथ में कर लेना खत्म।
ओके सर।
ठीक है,
ओके सर।
ओके,
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
ठीक है, तो आई एम लॉगिंग ऑफ। विनय सर, आर यू देयर?
यस सर।
हाय विनय।
I think it's not there.
You are muted.
I'm fine.
Yeah, hi. ठीक है, कंटिन्यू।
हाँ, अच्छा, you were. I thought you had given a break.
नहीं नहीं, I was
Okay.
talking to students about their strategy and preparation plans and other things.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
मैंने प्लान किया था पर्सनल मास्टरी करने का, बट नंबर ऑफ पीपल वर लो, सो आई थॉट कि आई विल
Okay. 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 Okay.
maybe 2 weeks later when more
All
people.
right. तो हम तो इनको आज I'll be work. I mean, giving them concepts of power of knowledge. My objective is to make them well read before they go to the next. You know. I mean, when they are. I mean, they are going for the B school. They should be prepared. Like, I mean,
I,
what I find is
I'll
more.
give you a small example of what you're doing is so important for these people. मेरा एक दोस्त है अमिताभ सिंह, he was from IIT Delhi, and then he came to IIM Bangalore with me, and now he's a very senior medical field में professional है, he's CEO or something somewhere. तो अमिताभ सिंह और मेरे से 1992 में in our interviews we asked exactly the same question. We had two different answers to that question. The question was, who's your role model? And IIM Bangalore interview.
अच्छा.
He was also asked this question, I was also asked this question. Who's your role model? My answer was, my dad is my role model.
Okay.
ठीक है, which is the typical answer of a 10th standard kid.
हाँ 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 हाँ
ठीक है, बच्चा वही बोलेगा ना।
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
अमिताभ सिंह का आंसर was रोमिल। तो सेलेक्ट करोगे। Who did you select?
Actually, this is what I have found that in today's, I mean, this generation of people, they are very intelligent. They are very smart. They are capable of handling so many things. But that is their problem. They are capable of handling so many things. They are being bombarded with so many things. But they are finding it difficult to filter out the relevant things that they should be actually applying their capabilities to.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I'm surprised to find that even the best of the people, I mean, best from the best colleges, they are not reading newspapers. Now, when you are not reading a newspaper, you are not aware of what is happening around in the world, and you think, and the problem is that they are thinking that it is an exam in which they will answer questions, and they, I mean, people say, sir, I'm working on current affairs. What should I work on current affairs? Sir, how should I take the GK part? Sir, what are the HR questions that they will ask? Now, I say that, are you going for the job of a CEO that they will ask you some HR questions? And they will ask you about your life in general, like that, which you are thinking? No, no, no. If you are well read, if you can connect yourself with some personality which you about which you have read, some leader, some CEO, some guy, you can naturally answer that question.
Yeah.
But if you think that this is something like demand and supply kind of thing, that you will get an answer and give it to them, no, it's not possible. You have to
मस्क भरे 5 चीज जान लो, चले जाओ इंटरव्यू में, नहीं
ऐसा अब
free
तो
generation है.
and sir, one more thing. I mean, the chat GPT AI is going to kill most of the students. I mean, they are going, that is going to kill our students. I mean, what is happening is, I ask them, when I see their SOP, I suddenly feel like I'm reading New York Times. And I tell them that, sir, I tell them that, tell me, I mean, suddenly, like, if you can write so well, you don't need my advice on SOP.
You don't need an MBA, perhaps.
You don't need an MBA. I mean, tell me first hand, tell me how much of it is yours. Can you, I mean, if they had wanted you to write using Chat GPT, I mean, they would have mentioned that use Chat GPT to the maximum.
Yeah.
Why are they asking you to write?
True.
So it is something like they are killing themselves. I mean, like what I said, that if they ask you to write an essay on cow, you will be, your bluff would be called. So that is what I'm trying to do. I mean, I want them to be well read when they go for the next round. And I want them to be strong individual who can analyze the phenomenon. मतलब कैसे दुनिया को समझे, ये समझना बहुत जरूरी है इनके लिए. They need to understand how to understand the world. How to connect with the world. मतलब आप अगर एक ऑटोबायोग्राफी पढ़ते हो तो आप सिर्फ उस आदमी के बारे में नहीं जानते हो. You get to know about yourself. It's like, watching a movie, coming back and trying those steps that you saw in the movie.
Yeah.
So you start exploring that guy from inside you. तो ये सब चीज, लेकिन अब प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि the students are bombarded with so much of mediums as well as information that they think कि चलो रिकॉर्डिंग देख लेंगे. अरे रिकॉर्डिंग क्या देखोगे यार, जब ये नहीं देख पा रहे तो रिकॉर्डिंग का टाइम कहाँ से मिलेगा? How will you squeeze recording out of it?
You have to commit to things in life.
You have to commit to things. मतलब हम क्या record, मतलब this is what is happening. मतलब अब क्या कहें, बच्चे हैं, अब ये समझते नहीं है बहुत सारे बच्चे. अब उनसे सवाल पूछने लगो तो मतलब people with such good background, they are unable to write about themselves properly. कुछ नहीं दिखता है, stuff नहीं दिखता उनके writing में. बहुत कम लोगों के writing में. I mean, this year तो I have processed almost 100 SOPs. And you will be surprised that in those 100 SOPs, I have not come across the mention of a single book. And they are getting calls. And it is not that nobody has it. There are many people having it, but these people do not have it. मतलब हम लोग एक लाइन पढ़ते थे, why walk when you could run? ली आया कोका. एक लिया आया कोका पे कितना लाख रुपया लोग कमाया. तो दो चीज इनको करना है, दो काम इनसे कराएंगे. I'll make them do.
उनका आरसी और ये तो ऐसे ही सॉल्व हो जाएगा.
वही तो, मतलब एक तो इनको मैं इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स, बिजनेस न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना सिखा दूंगा, और दूसरा इनको दुनिया समझना सिखा दूंगा, और तीसरा इनको बुक रीडिंग में तो आई माय स्टूडेंट शुड गो देयर एज इफ दे बिलोंग देयर. मतलब मेरा ये कहना है.
Yeah, you tell 10 books पढ़े last 1 year में, 15 books पढ़े.
और क्वेश्चन पूछता है, what new things you have done in the last 1 year? They ask this question.
Yeah.
अरे तो ये तो कह सकते हैं ना भाई कि हमने लास्ट 1 year में 10 किताबें पढ़ी हैं, उससे मैंने ये सीखा. सीखना क्या है वो हम बता देंगे.
Yeah. चलो कंटिन्यू करो.
चलिए, आई एम रिक्लेमिंग होस्ट. लेट अस मीट इन sometime in March.
Knowing you, I'm sure that is black coffee.
Yeah, it is. That is what kept me delayed for 5 minutes. I mean, I was like preparing it.
चलो
इसके बिना पावर ऑफ नॉलेज सेशन लगता ही नहीं कि पावर ऑफ नॉलेज सेशन हो रहा है।
चलो ठीक है ओके
चलिए ठीक है, आई एम रिक्लेमिंग होस्ट।
बाय
ओके चलिए बाय बाय।
बाय
ओके
Good
ओके।
af good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon. I
Good
complained about
afternoon,
it.
sir.
Very
Good
good
afternoon,
afternoon.
sir.
Very good
Afternoon,
afternoon.
sir.
Before you start the class, I want to ask something.
Yes, please ask me anything that you.
Sir, while you were conversing with Arun, sir,
Yeah.
you said Leah Coca. I mean, can you just tell what were you talking about?
Lee Iacocca is the name of a CEO. He was the CEO of, I have talked about Lee Iacocca in one of the book reading sessions in my previous sessions. So Lee Iacocca happens to be one of the um, leaders of the corporate world. Uh, he was he was responsible for transforming an automobile company from almost bankruptcy to profit. So, but anyway, today अभी तो book reading नहीं है, अभी तो we are working on, as I have told you, I don't know whether you got my message or not, that today I will be talking about different economic theories that help you understand the world better. And let me tell you, this one session or one or two more sessions, if you are actually attending this session with an open mind and with a positive mindset, you will be surprised at the depth at which I'll be taking you in a very simple manner. So even if you are an economics graduate, I mean, I'm telling you that there are some issues that I will pose, there are some questions that I will pose, and I'll make you think about why your college teacher, why your university teacher never made you ask these questions. So if you are an economics graduate, and if you are not an economics graduate, if you have never studied economics, please be there and you'll realize that your perception towards the world suddenly is changing. You are ready to understand the world better. Okay. So let me just share. So till now, we have discussed how the economics evolved. Let me just give you an example. Let me give you an example of the, I mean, can you read this statement, all of you? You can read this statement, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, for for a normal a reader who is not accustomed to reading, say, day to day, or who is not from economics background, might find it challenging that what is this, right? Burgeoning current account deficit is putting adverse pressure on the exchange rate, which could be a blessing in disguise for our exporters in short term, but the long-term consequences will be a disaster. Like, I mean, this is something which you are reading, and you think that this is something which is some complex, say, economic statement of economics, right? So what I want you to realize is that when we are discussing economics, when we are discussing theories of economics, our objective is to know those theories as a kind of logical framework that describe our world. There are two aspects of studying economics. Understand this, very important point. One aspect is the logic part, why something happens. Now, let me tell you, to understand the economic phenomena, it is very simple because it is logical. And the logic, as you have read, as I told you in my previous class, that economics studies human behavior. So it is what we are studying in economics is human behavior. It is not some artificial intelligence or some quantum mechanics, which is not a normal human behavior. So understanding the part of understanding the logic is understanding like logic of a human being. एज ओल्ड लॉजिक, सिंपल लॉजिक. अगर कोई आपके सिर पे गन रखेगा तो आप क्या करोगे? सिंपल लॉजिक. अगर एक बाघ सामने, if a tiger comes in, if you fall in front of a tiger, how would you respond? Right? I mean, like, what would be your response? Human behavior. But ठीक है, economics does not study that part. I mean, economics does not study what would be your behavior if you are, if you just fall in front of a tiger, right? I mean, let me share a story with you. I mean, there was a time when a guy applied. I mean, he was unemployed, and he decided to look for a job. He was not getting a job. Suddenly, he found that wildlife, a zoo in UK is offering a job. So he went there. Listen to me, it's a very interesting story. And he went for the job, and he found that the job was to actually wear the outfit of a monkey, a chimpanzee. Okay, because the chimpanzee which was there in the zoo had died. So he had to, I mean, and chimpanzee was a big hit among the children. So children used to come to the zoo to watch the chimpanzee. Now the chimpanzee had died. So suddenly the zoo's revenue was going down. So what they wanted was that they wanted to put a chimpanzee suit on somebody, and would want him to, do some basic chimp act. Okay. So he, he was so unemployed, he was so short of money that he took up that job. So he was given a chimp suit, and he was told that don't let yourself get discovered, because it's a very important thing, and you will be paid money for it. So he started, sitting in the cage as a chimp, and then gradually, he would do few things as told, and children started coming back that the chimp is back. Then gradually he became more and more confident. Now what happened was, there was a tiger's cage beside his cage. So he was human being. So he thought that let us have some more fun. I mean, he was not a chimp, he was a man. So he started having fun with the children. He would do something to, make the children. I mean, children became more and more attracted, and they thought that this is a very smart chimp. So he became more adventurous. So he started playing with the tiger. What he would do is he would climb the top of his this cage, and he would hang his tail to this tiger, and the tiger would jump, and he was a human being, so he would take up his tail. So he would fox the tiger, and this made the students, the children, very interested and had fun. Now one day what happened was, while he was having fun with the tiger, he fell in the cage of the tiger. And as it is like tiger, he was like, the tiger was just thinking of jumping on him. Then he started shouting, "Help, help!" By that time, the tiger had caught his neck and put one, claw on his mouth and whispered in his ear, "Chup, chup be, abe, keep quiet. Don't shout." Did you get it?
Yes, sir. That was also human being.
Yes, sir.
That was also a human being. So how you would react to a tiger is not what economics studies. Anyway, so what we will study is, there are two aspects of economic theories. One is the logic part. Logic part is that if there is black cloud, it will rain. This is the logic. But how much cloud will lead to how much rain? This is measurement part. So that is where economics becomes difficult. The measurement part of economics is difficult, right? If the price of a commodity goes up, its quantity demanded will come down. This is logic part. but how much price will lead to how much decline, and this is measurement part. So the complexity in economics that you come across is not the logic part, as we will see. It is the measurement part. Same thing happens in management also. The measurement part becomes very, complex, because when you start measuring and predicting, then it becomes difficult. So I will teach you, I will show you how interesting economic logic is. Till now, what we have seen is how the economics, modern economics evolved with Adam Smith. If you have not attended the last session, some of you, you can ask for the recording of the last session, and you will really feel that is how the economics evolved from Adam Smith to industrial revolution and human population growth. This was the chart that I showed you, that human population was almost like stagnant for, thousands and thousands of years. And as, the industrial revolution picked up, the industrial, human population and the GDP growth both picked up. Okay. So let us start with a very simple equation. Let us start with a very simple theory. Let me tell you what theories I'll be talking about. One of the most important theories that we will discuss, and I'll try to finish it off today, is law of demand, law of supply, and how to combine law of demand and supply to predict, to discuss the, what is called price fixation or the equilibrium equation, it is called. How to combine law of demand and supply together to arrive at this. Now, once you are clear about law of demand and supply, let me tell you, once you are clear about law of demand and supply, you would not require, that would cover almost 80% of your analysis. Just a second. Hello? क्या कर रहे हैं? अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है ठीक है, अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है, अच्छा, हाँ, मतलब 31 मार्च। ठीक है, ठीक, ओके ओके। So the law of demand and supply and proper understanding of law of demand and supply and how they are combined will help you understand almost 80% of the phenomena that is there to be understood at your level and at any level. Let me tell you, at any level. And let me tell you, whenever you find something going wrong in economic theory or in economic environment, I can 100% guarantee that somebody at the decision-making level has misunderstood law of demand and supply. If something goes wrong in the economy, let me tell you, somebody in the decision-making team has misunderstood law of demand and supply. Okay, so let us understand law of demand and supply. Now, law of demand and supply is incidentally, comes from demand and supply. But you will be surprised that many people do not understand what is, demand and what is, how demand is defined. Okay, so I think, can somebody tell me where does this demand come from? How do you define demand, the concept of demand? Anybody?
सर, जिस चीज की मार्केट में नीड फील हो रही है आपको एज ह्यूमन बीइंग की, इस चीज की कमी है, ये चीज मार्केट में आनी चाहिए अब, और आप उसके मतलब फर्स्ट सप्लायर बन जाओ, तो आपका बिजनेस सेटअप या स्टार्टअप भी बहुत अच्छा हो सकता है, क्योंकि आप उस फील्ड में या उस स्टार्टअप में फर्स्ट वन हो रहे हो, तो बिगिन दैट।
नहीं, डिमांड का डेफिनेशन बताओ ना, सिंपल डिमांड, व्हाट इज डिमांड?
सर, जिस चीज की नीड है मार्केट में।
मार्केट में नीड है, तो मार्केट में जब मार्केट नहीं था तब डिमांड था या नहीं था? कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ डिमांड
सर, था डिमांड तो सब, बट तब सप्लायर्स नहीं थे।
कब सप्लायर्स दुनिया में, कब सप्लायर्स नहीं थे?
सर शुरू में कम होते थे, अब हर एक चीज को पहले एनालाइज किया जाता है कि अच्छा
कब से
ये
दुनिया,
चीज
how far is your दुनिया? ये this is where the interesting discussion starts. तो दुनिया को आप कहाँ तक देख रहे हो कि किस कहाँ से दुनिया आपकी शुरू हो रही है, ये बताओ. Tell me, where does the world start from?
सर मेरी तो 2004 से हो रही है.
2004 से हो रही है. Economics, modern economics, these theoretical modern economics as started by Adam Smith started in 1776 or 83, if I am correct. Okay.
Okay.
So, but okay. So wants and needs. Let me tell you. Demand comes from. There are three things that you need to know when you want to know about demand. Okay. Let me tell you. There are three things, and I think people who have studied this. Economics, they would say that's fine. First is, you cannot define demand without understanding what is the concept of human need. You cannot come to demand, you cannot define demand without understanding human need. Okay. Now, how many of you can actually understand the concept of human need? Human need. Anybody? And you can talk to, you can use your microphone and talk.
Food and shelter.
What is human need? How do you define human need? How do you define human need?
To survive what
Desires plus basic needs is human needs.
हम्म बोलिए एक साथ बोल सकते हैं, प्रॉब्लम नहीं. Tell, yes.
So desires plus basic needs is
Desires plus
can be
desire.
considered.
Okay, desire plus basic needs.
Desires.
Okay, all right.
To do a niche job, sir.
Oh, niche job. My God, very nice. Chalo. But human need existed even in old Stone Age when people were hunting and eating raw. Human need, human need. And you'll be surprised that even the biggest economists, after studying, decades of economics, they sometimes miss the definition of human need and they get the economic theory wrong. The policy is wrong. Human need.
Sir, I don't think that there is one answer to human need. It is dynamic. It is not fixed.
Sir, we usually say that this kind of people are in demand today.
Demand.
The skill set.
Human need. I'm
Right.
talking about human need.
Like sir, for example, आज की डेट में if you look on social media वगैरह, people are like right to internet, and then there is a section of human population that does not even realize what internet is even at this point of time. So
Okay. Let me
depend
say
करता है.
this is an online session. So had it been offline, I could have created a discussion on that. But online में क्या होता है? What happens in online is that those who are not participating, they feel that they are being left out and they might just switch off and they will miss out on this learning. So don't miss out on this learning. This is something which is very important that I'm discussing. You will learn a lot. See, human need, I'll tell you. When I studied economics, I learned law of demand and supply, everything. I read a lot of books on economics. But the best definition of the concept of human need, I discovered it while studying marketing. While studying marketing management, I got to understand the concept of human need actually. So I started studying economics, but when I discovered the definition of human need and I understood the concept of human need while studying marketing. And those of you who are BBA graduate, you will understand that marketing starts with identification of human needs. Okay, so I found a brilliant definition of human need in Kotler's book on marketing, Philip Kotler's book on marketing. Okay, so human need, let me explain to you, and then you will realize how economic theories are shaped on human needs. Let me just give you say hypothetical example, and then you will understand what human need is. Okay, and how it is at the core of any economic theory and policy making. Let us just imagine that one fine day in universe, God made you and dropped you on earth, or just placed you on earth. as an individual, just like you are, and you are placed on earth. Suddenly you find, and you have all the software, all the operating system, but you have no information base. You do not know what is food. You do not know what is water. You do not know what is a tree. You do not know what is an apple. You do not know what do I call this. You do not know what I call this. But you have all the operating system. You have brains. You have neural understanding. You have logical thinking. You have all those things, right? But you have zero information, like a new computer with all operating system. No file has been uploaded. No file has been downloaded, or created. Just basic operating system. Like if, you have instincts, you have your instincts, you have your thinking, you have your brains, everything is there. And suddenly God puts you on a beautiful river bank with lush green, orchards around, and he puts you on a bank of a river, freshwater river. Okay. And you find yourself standing at the bank of the river. You don't even know what is walking, what is running, and you're standing, you are observing, you are thinking, and God placed you at, say, let us say at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And you are there, you are like, you suddenly realize that your legs can move, you are able to move, you can. Just think about it. From 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, the sun starts shining. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10, 11, 12, 11, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. By 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, from 6 o'clock in the morning, what will start happening to you? 6 o'clock in the morning, God placed you on earth without telling you anything. By 2 o'clock, will your state of existence be same as the state of existence at 6 o'clock? Let us say state of existence at 6 o'clock was S1. Now at 2 o'clock, you are at a state of existence, state 2.
No, sir, the person would be hungry or thirsty.
But you don't know what is hunger.
Yeah.
There is something, will you be comfortable now? Will you be as comfortable as you were at state 1?
No.
The level of comfort. Let us compare your level of comfort. Level of comfort at S1. Will it be same as level of, at S2? I want answer from everyone.
No, sir, it will be different.
Will you be happier at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock? You will feel better. Something is happening in your stomach and you are feeling better. Oh, you are feeling strong and you're feeling like happy. So nice. I'm feeling, the feeling is coming. Nobody is putting a feeling on your stomach. But something starts happening or not? Tell me. Will it start happening or not?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. And and suddenly that will be an uncomfortable feeling that God has designed, that software designer, that the programmer has designed, that if this happens, you will start feeling discomfort. And he has also designed your mind that if that thing happens, which you start calling pain in English now, which you call now in English language, at this point of time, you call pain. But at that time, you had no vocabulary. You did not know even language. But that existed. That feeling existed. The term did not exist. The feeling existed. The term did not exist.
Yes, sir.
And you had a natural, mechanism to, work towards removing that feeling. The brain was designed to take you away from the pain. It would start doing something. It will start active. It will become active. Suddenly, it will start becoming active to handle that something that you called pain. And it will keep on doing something. It will keep on doing something till that pain is gone. That is later on in today's behavioral science, it is called pain-pleasure principle. And if you are working on behavioral training, you know that if something is painful to you, the brain will automatically take you away from that. Right? So what is painful to you, even if you do not have a term for it, but something that is painful to you, the brain will automatically take you away from that. So there are natural pains that are predefined. There are predefined definitions. There are predefined pains. For example, if somebody slaps you hard, then naturally it naturally the brain will tell your neck to move, turn around. If the ball comes like this, you don't have to plan it. The brain has been designed to evade that. So some predefined concept of pain has been fed into your brain. Okay. So if something is painful to you and brain recognizes that as pain, it will do everything to take you away from that. Everything. It can even kill you to take you away from that. That is the reason behind suicides. Actually, you convince your brain that now it is so painful, I cannot handle this, and the only way I can handle this, gradually it gets in, is by eliminating this situation, and the only way I can handle this is by killing myself. That is where people don't realize that they need to realize that there are just few definitions of pain the brain has been fed. Other definitions we feed as we grow up. It is the human beings only that can feed the definition, that can redefine, that can define the concept of pain. Right? And if that is why I tell you people that don't say that my maths is weak, because it is a painful, that is a statement of pain. And so if your maths is weak, that is painful. So you'll, your brain will take you away from it. Don't do maths. Don't do maths. It's painful. Okay. But if you start telling your mind that one day when my maths will become good, I will be the champion. Everybody will come to me. Everybody will appreciate me. The pleasure of, becoming good at maths. If the brain gets that pleasure part, it will take you towards pleasure. So brain does only two things, let me tell you. Takes you away from pain and takes you towards pleasure. So start defining your, but there are basic pleasures that have been pre-fed into our brain. वो operating system के साथ आया है. And there are definitions that we put in. That doing maths is painful to me. Writing in English is painful to me. Running in the morning is painful to me. Getting up early in the morning is painful to me. Sometimes, how do you find that people, can do anything to get up in the morning? They say that this is, getting late is painful to me. Getting up early is pleasure to me. Right? So define. That is why Stephen R. Covey says that human beings are born with the power of choice of belief. You start telling yourself that this is pain, this is pleasure. Okay. So what will happen is the brain naturally starts working, and for the first time, you will start thinking about removing that discomfort today, which you call hunger. Nobody gave you that. Nobody, advertised for that. It is natural. So human need is the natural state of feeling deprived of something, something missing from it. And then you start searching for it. And incidentally, I don't know how many hits and trials. Who knows? Probably you might have taken up something like a sand, mouthful of sand, and you might have eaten sand, and you might have died. So another human being, generation dies. But anyway, let us say by hit and trial, you just happen to pluck an apple and eat it. And after eating 2-3 apples, the state of existence at 2 o'clock vanishes, and again you are at the state of existence of 6 o'clock in the morning. You have reclaimed that state of existence. So next time when you come across that state of existence, you start searching for that apple. Okay. Same thing that happens with when you start getting mouth dry and something starts happening, you start, ingesting your, saliva, and you think that something like this should come, and then you drink water from the river. Today you have words like thirst. So human need is not apple. Human need is not water. Human need is that state of feeling deprived of something, that thing. It is incidental that the apple helped you overcome that state of discomfort. That apple helped you overcome that discomfort. So you say that apple is my need. No. Apple is not the need. The need is the state of deprivation that you call hunger or thirst. So removal of hunger is the need. Removal of pain that comes through hunger, that is the need. Removal of that state of feeling deprived of that thing is the need. So that is why in marketing management, if you read, you'll find that it is the drill machine is not the need. The hole on the wall is the need. It is incidental that drill bit can be used to get that wall, that hole. So it is not apple or pizza or dosa or roti that is need. They are means to fulfill that need that is natural. So human needs, economics starts with human need. Let me tell you. And most people, when they go wrong, they forget this definition, that what is the human need. All this today you see that we are, when we talk about heading towards disaster because of these freebies. These freebies, Maiya Saman to Ladli Behna, to all those freebies, 2,500 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, take it. Human need. Assess human need. Do they need 2,500 rupees? Do they need 2,500 rupees? Is the need 2,500 rupees? Or is need sustenance, skill, so that they can, is the means 2,500 rupees? Or can the means be skilling? Can the means be employing? Is fish the need? Or is technique of fishing will fulfill the need? Identification of need. Is money the need, or is skilling the need? Need analysis is at the core of economic theories. A good economic measure is correct in identifying human needs. A disastrous economic measure, I'm not against these two. I'll just give you an example. So don't take it as my political affiliation. I'm just giving you an example that look at this. We are studying the basic concept. Now you ask yourself, do these people need 2,500? Is the need 2,500 rupees? Or they are using it as a means to fulfill some need, but they have they identified the need? Have they identified the need? Really? And it is something like telling somebody that can samosa only fulfill the need of hunger, right? Or will samosa damage more? It can lead to short-term fulfillment. But if you feed 5 samosas every day to somebody whenever he is hungry, what will happen in say 6 months' time? Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So human need is the state of felt deprivation. So that is what we call human need. Now from here, comes the concept of desire. From human need comes the concept of desire. Then comes the concept of want. Then comes the concept of demand. Now let me connect human need, desire, want, and demand, and then I'll go to law of demand. Okay. So let us talk about desire now. So once we become familiar, now let us come to fast forward, and we have now terminology. We know what is hunger, we know what is food, we know what is apple, we know what is dosa, we know what is pizza, we know what is rasam, chawal, sambar, bhat, sapad, uta. We know everything. We know food, we know kadhi chawal, we know roti dal, we know pakhal bhat, we know everything. So we know we macher jhol, we know everything. So we know that. So now when we feel hungry, we call hunger. That is why hunger, shelter, need for shelter. It is not house that you need. It is protection from wind, sun, animals. That is what is need. Removal of fear from thunderstorm is what you need. I'll give you an example. One of my friends, when we were doing engineering, one of my friends asked, for the first time during our engineering, we found that engineering graduates can ride bikes. You can have motorbikes in your engineering college. You'll be seen as somebody who's having a bike. So one of my friends sent a letter. That time it was letter. It was not phone or email or something. So he sent a letter to his father. That father, can I need, and he used to call. He was from a rural background, so he used to call a bike gadi, vehicle. I need a vehicle, right? So his father sent a letter and asked him that what kind of vehicle you want, beta? Four-wheeler or six-wheeler? मतलब taxi चलाओगे कि bus चलाओगे? You want to ply taxi in that city, or you want to ply bus, mini bus, taxi, right? So that fulfill the need. So that two statement was sufficient to fulfill the need of conveyance. Okay. So walk to the college, come back, walk to the college, hostel, college, hostel, tuition, whatever. Maslow's need hierarchy also comes from that only. That is why I say management and economics started at the fundamental level. But anyway, so I don't know how many of you are connected, but still. So from that, when you realize that even apple can remove that pain, even dosa can remove that pain, even burger can remove that pain, even pizza can remove that pain, right? Even a lunch in a five-star hotel, a buffet in five-star hotel can remove the pain. When we were in engineering college, once in a while we will accumulate some money, and there was a three-star hotel in our place, and they used to offer unlimited buffet on some Sundays. So we would go at the, when the shutter would be opening, we'll be there standing with a few hundred rupees in the pocket. And the moment he opens the gate, we'll just rush in. Okay. And we'll start eating. For 3 hours, we would eat, and the chef would start coming out. Like, who are these people eating today? And they'll realize, oh, they are from engineering college. Okay. So after some time, after 1 hour, nobody knows whether it is chicken kebab or it is pork kebab or what kebab. It is just, we have to eat. Yeah. And after 3 hours of eating and all the, whole day, it would be for 2 days, we will be like, we have eaten. So anyway, so you can have buffet that can fulfill the need, but everything has a price. Everything has a price, right? Since old Stone Age till today, every means that can satisfy your human need has some price. In let us say, in old Stone Age, if you felt hungry and you have tasted a rabbit, you have tasted a deer. Okay, Kunal, I'll come to you. Just let me complete this part. You have tasted rabbit, you have tasted deer, and you have also tasted apple, let us say. And one day you feel like having a deer, but hunting a deer would be more, difficult than hunting for apple or hunting for a fish, let us say. Okay. So every time we had a price or tag on mediums through which you could fulfill your need. So today, let us say what happens is like we feel like having desire of having pizza, burger, buffet at a five-star hotel, and basic samosa or something like something. Say. So you can have desires are unlimited. That is where it starts. Human need is basic needs, but your desires become unlimited. As you come across new things, your desire starts becoming unlimited. So today's advertisements and promotional strategies, they don't touch your need. They hit your desires. They just give you more desire. Human need is same, but to look good, to be appreciated. Okay. But whether a vial of Olay or a cream Olay or cream from sugar or a lipstick from sugar or a blue colored lipstick or a black colored lipstick will fulfill that need, this is where desire comes in. Right? So desire is from where you start having a problem. So desires are unlimited. You can have anything you can desire. I mean, just, anything that can be a desire. So desires are unlimited. But do you have the capacity to fulfill all your desire? All your wishes? For example, you are hungry. Human need is there. Hunger is there. Okay. And you can fulfill that need through some chole kulche near your coaching institute. Okay. Or you can go to a five-star hotel and you can have a buffet there. But the cost of buffet is 2,000 rupees. The cost of chole kulche is 50 rupees. Okay. Or you can go to say some South Indian meal center where in 100 rupees you can eat full sambar chawal and rasam and palia sabji and all those stuff. Right. And there are some options of, so there are 4 or 5 options that you have in front of you. But do you have the capability to get anything you want? Is your capability anything, to get anything? For example, you have a desire to have a buffet at 5-star hotel. You can have a desire to have, say, a pizza from Domino's. Let us say 500 rupees farmhouse pizza. So 500 rupees pizza, 2,000 rupees buffet. And then you have many other options of 50 rupees, 100 rupees, 120 rupees, 60 rupees, 20 rupees, 40 rupees kind of. Okay. Can you fulfill all your needs? What will it depend upon? Can you fulfill all your desire?
It depends upon ability.
It depends upon how much money you have and how much capability you have. Okay. So that is where the concept of want comes in. That want, when you talk about desire, it is unlimited. There's no limit to it. But want is not, every desire does not become a want. Every list, you make a list of desire. You make a list of desire. Listen to it very carefully. You make a list of desire when you are hungry. Okay? You make a list of desire, but you check. Are you even capable of accessing these desires? So now you make a list. Out of those n number of desires, make a list of those which you can actually procure today, tomorrow, or with some effort, which can be in your capability. Okay. So the components coming from the list of desires into this new column, they become your wants. Desire backed by capability. Desire backed by capability becomes want. Okay. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात है ये.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Desire backed by capability becomes your want. So you make a list of desire, then you filter it out and make a list of want. Okay. Now, you can have pizza, you can have samosa, you can have dosa, you can have a South Indian meal, you can have Gujarati meal, you can have North Indian thali. Okay. All these things are in your list of wants. Definitely buffet at, say, Leela, or buffet at Taj, or buffet at ITC is not, it's beyond you. Or, who knows? I mean, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon and you are feeling hungry, or it's 6 o'clock in the morning, that 12 o'clock you will be feeling hungry. So go to London, go to Ritz London and have lunch there. Or when you, so they are just your desires, Chand tare tod laun. They are just desires, khwab, desires, but they don't make to the list of want. But out of these four things, at this point of time, let us say, are you willing to buy pizza also? You have the capability to buy a pizza. Are you willing to buy pizza? You have the capability to buy a North Indian thali. Are you willing to buy thali now? You are willing to, you have the capability to buy South Indian thali also. Are you willing, or are you willing to buy all these three things? North Indian thali, South Indian thali, pizza also. So all the capabilities you want to fulfill. You have something like 600 rupees in your pocket. Okay. So in the list of wants, the list of wants has been created from the list of desires, depending upon what you are capable of. Auqat ki baat. Wants is about auqat. North India में ख्वाब देखना और औकात में रहना. Right? You understand Hindi? Some of you understand Hindi? औकात?
Yes. Yes, sir.
ख्वाब देखना और औकात में रहना. औकात में रहो. Wants का लिस्ट बनाओ. Make a list of wants. अपनी औकात में रहो. Right? औकात. औकात determines your list of wants. Capability. Now, out of four things you are capable of, at this point of time, if you decide that I will have South Indian, I actually like South Indian food. That is why I'm giving you this example again. So I will have South Indian thali at Madras Cafe and I'll pay this much. Then this becomes your demand. So when you want is about auqat, okay, but demand is about auqat plus willingness. Okay, demand. Now the demand is auqat plus willingness. So the moment you point out that this is what I will have, that particular commodity becomes your want, demand. So human need is, let us say, feeling. It is a feeling. It is not commodity. Commodity is not human need. Let me tell you, no commodity is human need. Human need is always abstract. Remember this. That is why it is so confused. Human need is not a commodity. Human need is abstract. Okay? Human need is abstract. It is means that are tangible or intangible, whatever. Is this clear? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So human need is abstract. Wants are the means through which you can fulfill that, and whether you have auqat of it or not. Okay. And then you have demand, whether you have auqat plus willingness at this point of time. So let us say when you are hungry, then buffet at a 5-star hotel is not in your demand list. Okay. So somebody, the supplier of buffet at a 5-star hotel would not even look at you whether you are hungry or not. Because you don't fall under, he will only target those, for example, whom he will target. Suppose there is a meeting of, say, CEOs of some Big companies. When you will do MBA, you become CEO, stop. In your wallet, you have, Visa credit card, American Express credit card, and all those. And they know that 2 o'clock you will be feeling hungry. Then see, a 5-star hotel, people would be there clamoring for, no, sir, we have a coupon, sir, we have this, we will provide you with this. But have you ever come across a 5-star hotel agent in your coaching center? In your 12th coaching center, that 2 o'clock 5-star hotel stall is there?
No, sir. Only target the people which.
Yeah. So this is where you need to understand that demand is when your aukat and this is, if you understand capability plus willingness, if you can understand this very basic concept, then suddenly everything becomes very clear. You'll be surprised with the definition of this demand. I'll come to this again. I'll come to this. Now what, I'll give you an example here. I'll give you an example. I'll connect it. I'll show you the power of this definition. That demand, how important demand is. I will come to that, Virpal. Don't worry. I'll give you an example. I'll talk about when will substitution starts happening. It is connected with your capability, your income. There are income effect and substitution effect in law of demand. I'll come to law of demand. But first, let me just give you a brief idea about how powerful this concept is. Okay? Demand, capability plus willingness. Okay? Of course, something that needs to fulfill, that can fulfill your need. Now, what happens when we increase the interest rate on loan, on housing loan, let us say? ध्यान से सुनना मेरी बात को. Now what happens if a lender increases the interest rate on the housing loan? Which part does it impact? Does it impact your willingness or does it impact your aukat?
Ability, yeah.
Ability.
Getting the point? So does the higher interest rate from a lender, will it impact the demand for houses or not?
Surely.
समझ में नहीं बात, ये बात छोटा सा बात था.
Surely.
Just think about it. What will happen to the demand of housing if, you will buy a house, shelter, safety, protection from sun, rain, wild, everything is a need. Protection is a need which is fulfilled through a house, let us say. I'm not talking about lavish house. I'm talking about a basic residence, shelter, normal basic living. But the cost of that is something like 1 crore rupees. Let us say in a small town, 50 lakh rupees. 2 BHK, 3 BHK, small town, let us say. Small town, 50 lakh rupees. You need that. You need shelter. You have the desire. You also have the partial capability. But if somebody offers you a loan, which part of it does it impact? The willingness part or the capability part?
Capability.
Huh?
Capability.
No. Capability. Capability. It impacts your capability part. So let us say somebody says, come on, take the money. Take the money. Return it whenever you can. It impacts your capability part. Suddenly the desire of house gets into your desire of list of want, and you are willing now because now you have the capability, and willingness was always there, but capability was not there. The aukat was missing. The capability was missing. There was a possibility of it. You could access it, but easy say loan has made it your willingness and capability together and becomes a demand. And the supplier is concerned about demand. So more houses. Let me give you another example. A simple example. Suppose you go to, Domino's Pizza here. Where you see that pizza is 500 rupees. Right? And you do not have 500 rupees. So what do? You go to Domino's, look at the menus. 500, 600, 490, 600, 400, 500, 350. Oh, it's water. अच्छा 250. 250 वाला लेना है. और लेकिन ये तो कप का प्राइस है. It's the price of cup. Oh. अरे 100 रुपीज में तो मिल रहा है. 100 रुपीज. I get 100 रुपीज. अरे वो एड ऑन है, वो सॉस 100 रुपीज में. वो 500 का पिज्जा लोगे तो 100 रुपीज का वो सॉस मिलेगा एडिशनल. राइट? KFC में. Anyway. So what will happen? You come out. But suppose somebody tells you that don't worry, have money. I'll give you money. Take money. Okay? And then you say, oh, thank you. But he says, take money, but give me your kidney. No, it's fine. High cost of borrowing. No. Okay, अब लोग सोच रहे हैं कि पता नहीं क्या एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है. Take money, return it as and when, and suddenly you say, okay, I'll return it. I'll take it. I'll return it. Returning is compulsory. You have to return it. Okay, take money, and then you go to the counter. Hey, 2 pizzas, 2 farmhouse, medium, 500 रुपया वाला. Hey, 2 pizza. Suddenly what happens is the demand for pizza. Now suddenly there was no demand for pizza. Now demand for pizza has a reason. अब ध्यान देखो क्या होगा. अब demand for pizza has gone up suddenly. Now if this is at macro level, if demand for pizza goes up, what happens to the demand of flour from which the pizza is made? Demand of flour. What will happen?
It will increase simultaneously.
It will increase. Pizza. ध्यान देना. Pizza. Flour. What will happen to the demand for flour? It will go up, right?
Increase.
It will increase. So what will happen to the demand for, if the demand for flour goes up, what will happen to the flour making machines? Demand for machines which make flour. More machines would be needed, right? At macro level?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if machines, the demand for machines, suddenly there was no demand for machine. All machine owners had sold their बेकार साहब उसमें गमला में उगा रहे थे मशीन. गमला बना दिया. Flower pot. उसमें कुछ भी कर रहे थे. Okay. Machines, demand for machines goes up. What happens if the demand for machine goes up, which is made up of steel, iron and steel? What happens to demand for steel?
That also increases.
It also increases suddenly. So what happens if demand for steel goes up? What happens to the steel industry?
It will
What
flourish.
happens in the steel industry?
It will flourish.
What happens to the engineers?
Appraisal.
Employment in the steel industry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happens to produce more steel? What happens to the raw material section?
Mining will increase.
Mining activities? Mining will increase. Okay. All right. अभी और देखते जाओ. Now, if mining will increase and steel industry, suddenly demand for steel will increase, Now this demand for steel increased because the demand for pizza had increased. But now mining is increasing. What about transportation?
Yes, so that also increases.
Now for increase in demand for transportation and mining equipments. Now to make more equipments, more transportation vehicles, you need steel. Again, steel demand is going up. Now this is steel because of machines for flour. Now this demand for steel for transportation equipments, mining equipments. Are you getting the point? Now this steel, more steel, again more raw material, more mining. Okay. So what happens in the employment in the sectors like industries, mining, transportation? What happens to the industries, employment in industries? What happens to the income level? Okay. Now more demand for transportation. So more demand for tires, let us say. More demand for tires. More demand for rubber. More employment in plantation. Rubber plantation. Income level of the plantations, rubber plantations and all those places. What happens to that? Income. What happens to the income of engineers? What happens to the software? More industry, more mining, more transportation. What happens to the software industry? Tell me. Are you getting the cycle?
Ripple effect.
Okay. Software industry. So what will happen to the employment in software industry? What will happen to the wages in employment in software industry? Okay. More transportation, more tires, more rubber, more punctures. More dhabas, more roads, more bridges, more steel, more cement. Cycle goes up. More mining. Dhaba mein or teni. Dhaba. You see roadside dhabas. Dhabas by the village. What happens to those young little kids who do not have any other, who do not have farms in the villages? They are working in dhabas. They start working in dhabas. They start eating. They start gaining income. You know what happens to the income of non-farm, marginalized, poor kids in the rural, areas of Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, and Bengal. What happens? They start getting employment in dhabas. They start getting food. They start getting income. What happens to the people in the rubber plantation? They start getting more money, more income. So with more money, what will happen? They will buy television. So if they buy television, the cable and those क्या कहते हैं उसको, cable works. Okay, the TV will increase, the TV shows. What will happen to the OTT industry? What will happen to the OTT industry? What will happen to क्या कहते हैं उसको, अनुपमा? Anupama will be more employed. More Anupama will come. What happened? How did it start? You went to eat pizza. You had no money. You did not have the capability. Something called your lending. Somebody lent you money, made it easy. Procure more pizza. Demand for pizza increased. Demand for flour increased. Demand for machines increased. Demand for steel increased. Demand for transportation increased. And in all those sectors, employment increased. In all those sections, income started going up. So it will create more income, more demand, other demands. What will happen if you get more income? The software engineers get more income. Then demand for tourism, demand for hotels, demand for other things, demand for mobile phones. It will create a cycle. And that the little children in the villages, they, instead of working for some Naxal outfit, they will work in the dhabas. Okay. This cycle, what happened? Interest rate, the lending capacity for pizza buyer increased. Right? Now look at this, what 12 lakh rupees per annum wala jo episode hai. What has Nirmala Sitharaman done? Theoretically in this, you had to pay more taxes. So out of this much money, you had to pay this much taxes. So you had only this much money, this much worth of capability. Now suddenly your capability is increased. So what will happen? Do you realize how this is supposed to create your aukat, more aukat for something? Those 50,000, 70,000 rupees that you save, which was going anyway down the drain. अरे निर्मला सीतारामन को क्या इसका मतलब बर्बाद हुआ? और क्या? और क्या? अच्छी बात है, on record. Right? Anyway, so do you realize a simple aspect of demand? What you understand demand? Do you think demand is just any concept?
No, sir, it is connected to a lot of things.
And imagine what will happen if you just reverse it.
Everything will go down.
And suddenly you will find that the kid in the dhaba, instead of working in the dhaba, is now back into the jungle playing goli goli. Right? So the social aspect and the economic aspect, simple, so much powerful, such a powerful concept this demand is. If you can just understand it. So we talked about human need, we talked about want, we talked about the concept of demand. Is this clear so far? Because now I'll come to law of demand.
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Of demand and the power of the concept of demand, is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And this is just a kind of sample that I've given. You can just think, if you have understood this cycle, you can connect at every point, you can connect a lot of things. You will have more money, so you will have more, laddus for Hanumanji. You can give more laddus to Hanumanji. You will have salary increase. So you will go to the temple or wherever you go, you will burn, you will light one more candle for your church. You will put one more chadar for your mazar, whatever. You will give more to beggars. Lo, kya samajhta hai? ये ले 50 रुपए. कल तो उसी 50 रुपए के लिए एकदम अप्रेजल में मेरे माई बाप HR मैनेजर मेरा अप्रेजल कर देना यार, मेरा अप्रेजल ये कर देना यार, ये कर देना, एक बार अप्रेजल 50 रुपया बढ़ा देना बाबा. आज वो बेगर को. अनुपमा is a serial in North India. Anupama is a TV serial, Vinila. Anupama. ये नॉर्थ इंडियन सीरियल है अनुपमा. It's Yeah. Anyway,
So thanks for making this so easy. This thing. These are complex concepts.
Parijat, I will come to that. अभी तो थोड़ा सा मतलब एक सी कॉफी और लेने दो. I'll explain everything. You must understand this, that I can explain. My ability to observe these phenomena from a very impartial point. I did not study economics as a student in university or college, thankfully. I learned it because I loved discovering the phenomena. I loved, as an engineer, I wanted to know what lies behind this, how economic policies fail, why economic crisis happen. Yeah, I am drinking black coffee. अब दिन में रम तो नहीं पी सकते. I don't smoke. I just drink coffee. This is my life. This is my life. And this is South Indian filter coffee. Nothing beats, I love South Indian food. I love South Indian filter coffee. Nothing beats these two. If I go to a place, if I get some South Indian dhaba kind of mess, poor quality, not very high-fi, that normal, ordinary restaurants who serve South Indian meals, supper, right? Nothing like it. Anyway, so did you get the power of a concept, demand? Okay. Now let us talk about law of demand today. And then in the next class, I'll talk about law of demand, supply, and the equilibrium. I want to go slow because I want you people to spread the message that other people should also come to this class to have a discussion. क्या करेंगे यार 12 बजे से 1:30 बजे तक वो क्या कर रहे होंगे 2 बजे तक? ऐसा कौन सा काम करें? डिस्कशन, इंटेलेक्चुअल डिस्कशन होगा कल. वी कैन डिस्कस सो मेनी थिंग्स, राइट? These are phenomenon that we are क्या कर रहे होंगे अभी 12 बजे से 1:30 बजे 2 बजे तक. If I am ready to give, अभी आज रात में बुक रीडिंग का भी क्लास है. I'll do something very interesting. Don't miss that 10 to 11:30. My objective is to make you powerful here. Okay. So please tell your friends to come. Oh, I think that will help them. Anyway, so now let us come to law of demand. And it is one law that this is the first question that I ask any economics graduate when I am interviewing them for top B school. अगर कोई बच्चा IIM के लिए जा रहा है, उसका कॉल आया है और वो इकोनॉमिक्स बैकग्राउंड का है या BBA बैकग्राउंड का है, तो आई आस्क द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज लॉ ऑफ डिमांड? लॉ ऑफ डिमांड. I want you to tell me कुछ है यार, इंटरेस्टिंग है. लॉ ऑफ डिमांड. Can somebody tell me what is law of demand?
Yes, sir. Can I try?
Yes.
So when every other factor remains constant, when price increases, demands go down, and when the price decreases, demand goes up.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
There is a desire to own or desire to buy something for the need to run the human life, and they're willing to.
It is a very powerful law. Law of demand. Anybody from economics background? Law of demand.
Oh, sorry.
Law of demand. अच्छा चलो एक काम करें. Shall we do this in the next class, law of demand and law of supply, fresh, with fresh mind? Tell me. एकदम आराम से फिर नेक्स्ट, ताकि मतलब अगर कोई नए लोग आते हैं तो वी विल नॉट हैव इश्यूज. यहाँ तक ठीक है. लेट अस स्टॉप हियर टुडे and let us do law of demand, so that at least next class next Sunday, if some new people will also come, then we can start from law of demand. So straight away we'll start from law of demand. Okay, that will be very interesting. And tell your friends to come to this class because it is interesting. 1.5 hours. I'll take 1.5 hours class. Let us do it. Right? So we'll start. I'll talk about law of demand and law of supply and equilibrium in the next class. Three things. in the next class. Okay, we will talk about it. We'll have, I always like to discuss. Don't miss today's 10 o'clock class. I'll make it very interesting. Okay, so agreed. Next class, law of demand, supply, and equilibrium.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All of you?
Yes, sir.
चलो, I hope you like today's session discussion. समझ में आया थोड़ा बहुत कि एक बात ये समझ में आया ना. Did you get this point that I'll help you understand the world better? What I claim I can do it.
Yes, sir. Surely.
Sir, समझ आया.
Undebatable.
So मतलब I make you powerful. मतलब nobody will understand things better than you. Let me tell you. अच्छा, एक maths का class pre-basic I could not conduct yesterday. On Tuesday I'll conduct maths pre-basic for people who are scared of maths, and that's very important class. I'll demonstrate the power of unitary method, the power and the scope of unitary method, and how it is going to help you in creating the trigger points for solutions. So those of you who are not very strong at maths should attend that maths pre-basic. Okay? Chalo, ठीक है. Let us meet again next Sunday.
I appreciate you for this extra effort you're putting to make
That
us.
this is my self-actualization need, according to Maslow's need hierarchy.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. चलो, bye bye. Take care. See you again. अभी आज का रात 10 बजे reading, book reading session है. I am going to talk something very interesting. I am going to read something very interesting. So don't miss that. Okay. चलो, bye bye. Bye bye. Good day.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye. Good day.